got a surprise. So, like, I guess, say about 20 minutes ago or so, Victor's like, hey, there's some people out in our parking lot walking in. It looks like they're walking in. And I said, I thought I saw a flash of red hair go by the window. And I said, oh, is this going to be who I think it is? And I am really excited because joining us in the studio, we got to talk a little bit via the phone, before the weekend was done. But joining us right now in our studio, we have Quinn Lemley, who is the star of The Heat Is On. This is a show about Rita Hayworth. Good morning.
Good morning.
And also joining us is Roy Steinberg from Cape May Stage,
Hi.
who is here with us as well. And, we got to talk a little bit, but I know a lot of people over the weekend, Quinn, did not get to hear about the show that you were doing. It's called The Heat Is On. It's all about Rita Hayworth.
Yes.
And this is a one-woman show, and that's you.
Me, yes. It's me and four fabulous musicians. And at the Cape May Stage, and it's just, we opened on Friday, and the audiences have been amazing, and it's just been a wonderful experience so far.
Yeah.
We have 5 more days.
You were reading my mind because I was like, oh, how are the performances over the weekend? Now, it was, of course, a holiday weekend, but...
I was not expecting it to be as packed as it was, and the audiences to be so, engaged, because it is a holiday weekend, and they were just marvelous.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you chatting with us back on the 4th about the show. But, a lot of work goes into preparing for this iconic role.
Yeah, when I spoke to you, I was in rehearsal. I'm recording an album next week with an 11-piece big band. And so I was in the studio rehearsing that. So now I'm here.
You're here
live.
in studio, so thank you so much live.
In person.
I'm more nervous than you are about this, because
No.
even though I do this, most of the time during that, you are... You know how to improvise, perform, and I was going to ask you, one-woman show, okay? A lot of work goes into, and you had told us a little bit, but just for those who didn't hear, the research that you do into Rita Hayworth.
Yeah, it's well, when I started doing the research, I went to the library. I looked at microfiche. I studied interviews because our Carter Inskeep, who wrote the piece with me, we were like, okay, how is Rita Hayworth? What's the difference between Margarita Cancino and Rita Hayworth? And really, Margarita Cancino, her hopes and dreams and wishes are no different than yours or mine or anybody else's. Wanting success, wanting love, wanting, to. She wanted to be famous, and but
well, she accomplished that.
Yeah,
We're talking
she did.
about her
Yeah,
now,
she did.
Here in 2024.
Yeah, and so that was the dichotomy. So I read every biography, I watched all the movies, and I read all the interviews and the microfiches, and then you have to throw it away because then you have to live it. You can't be. I was not interested in being an impersonator.
Yes.
I wanted to embody her and have her spirit, but I still have to live it. So you do all the research and then you let it go.
Now, Mark, what I love about this show is that it's so entertaining, and yes, it's about empowerment, and Quinn Lemley is just a brilliant artist, but the thing that people walk away with, this great feeling of accomplishment. And at the same time, it's funny, it's sexy, these incredible musicians, 8 o'clock every night from now until the 12th.
Now, do you find, Quinn, that all right, so here we are in 2024, all right, and we're covering an artist, somebody who was famous way back in the day, right?
1946 was her prime.
See, I thank you.
She was the last movie star on the atomic bomb.
Wow.
Her pinup was on the atomic bomb.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah. So do you, in putting together the show, and Roy, you can jump in on this too, as directing or whatever, do you make adjustments to fit for today? Because we're telling a story, and it is relevant, I would assume, to what we're going through today.
I wouldn't say I'm making adjustments. I think I'm just telling the truth.
Absolutely, and just to be clear, I did not direct this. For the first time, actually, this is an experiment at
Yeah.
Cape May Stage.
Okay.
Because it's our 35th anniversary,
Mhm.
we decided to do something very, very special. While I'm rehearsing another play during the day,
Mhm.
Quinn is doing Rita Hayworth, The Heat Is On at night. So someone else, marvelous director, directed this piece and made those decisions that you're asking about, whether
Okay.
it's about today or not.
Yeah.
Carterinsky.
Karinsky,
Yes.
and did brilliant job. And so we just are doing this as a one-time only, this 1 week of this marvelous kind of an experiment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following week we're going to be doing a play called Ms. Holmes and Ms. Watson Apartment 2B, which is about Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, but with a female twist.
To be or not to be.
To be or not to be, yes.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So thank you for clarifying that, Roy. But so, all right, one-woman show. I gotta ask, what happens when you need like a drink or something? Because look, I do this for a living.
water break.
Yeah,
Right?
I'll have that where I'm like,
That's
okay,
a lot of work.
it
It's
is.
90 minutes.
It's
yeah.
90 minutes of talking.
I mean, you just
and
like
talking.
nonstop.
Singing and talking and dancing, and it's a good aerobic
And every night,
exercise,
too.
right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I mean, I would imagine that, oh god, I'm getting parched here because I've been talking for whatever 45 minutes. So, what do you do?
Well, I have a prop of it's water, but it's supposed to be like vodka. But I really have trained myself. Sounds weird, but I can't stand it when you go to a concert and people are drinking out of the water bottle,
Yeah.
the plastic bottles.
Mhm.
And so I really have kind of trained my body to be ready to get a drink when I need to. But if I have to, if it's super dry or whatever,
Yeah.
I will go over there and just make it part of it. But I have, I have it choreographed in.
Have those wine glasses with water ready.
Yes, I do. It's choreographed.
I love it. I love it. So for people that are tuning in, and we're talking about The Heat Is On, it's all about Rita Hayworth.
And it's the Great American Songbook, and that's what I think people don't realize, that her story is set against the Great American Songbook.
Mhm.
So it's Johnny Mercer and Rodgers and Hart. I mean, it's the greatest. Cole Porter. I mean, it's one of the greatest composers.
Iconic music.
Yes, it's like the soundtrack of the 1940s and 50s.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are the things that people might be surprised to learn about the show?
Oh, well, Rita Hayworth was the first princess, even before Grace Kelly.
Mm.
She married Ali Khan. She was married to Orson Welles. She had her own production company. She was, tragically, she had early onset Alzheimer's, but nobody knew what that was. And we deal with it in the show, but it's beautiful because it's a celebration of a life well lived, not the tragedy of a life diminished. And
Yeah.
because she fought her daughter, Princess Yasmin Khan, who became the head of the Alzheimer's Foundation, who's helped millions of people around the world, because Rita Hayworth was the first celebrity, even before Ronald Reagan, to have Alzheimer's and to put a name to it and a face to it and to help these families. And so I think that's a really important thing. So we make it a celebration.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason we decided to bring an artist like Quinn here to Cape May, is that story is such an important story, and at the same time it's this uplifting story, and a story and an evening that's just fun.
Yeah. So we want everybody
Yeah.
to see it.
It's sexy. It's sexy. It's fun. It's women's empowerment. It's like taking responsibility for the choices you make in your life. Well, that she made in her life, but that we all make in our lives, and say, for the good, the bad, the ugly. Yes, it's good. I did it.
Yeah. See, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So I know, Roy, you got all the times it's happening. And this is a special because it's only a 1 week engagement, and we're
Right.
already a couple of days in. So if people want to see the show,
Go to capemaystage.org.
and what time is it?
It's at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Every night.
Every night.
From now until the 12th. And Cape May Stage is right at Rotary Park, right at the end of Lafayette Street in downtown historic Cape May.
And so we want you to see this, and then Quinn is off to doing other things after this. And you were talking a little bit about this, putting
Yes, I go to I do Ultimate Queen Celebration. I'm producing and directing that in West Virginia in Morgansville on Saturday, and then next week we're actually recording our album with the full big band. So we're really excited. Yeah, booked and busy. Yes.
Which is good. I can't wait. I said this before, but I can't wait to hear the album. Yeah, so that is simply amazing, and I just appreciate you taking some time. Appreciate you as well, Roy, taking some time to come in and talk about the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, go get those tickets, right?
Yes,
tonight at 8.
Tonight at 8, and they can go to KateMayStage.org, or they can go, if they want to see a reel, they can go to QuinnLemley.com.
Yes, and thank you so much. I know that the show's been rocking. Great to hear that the turnout's been terrific.
Yes.
We want people to come in and see it tonight. Maybe if you thought, or you had other things that you're doing over the weekend, you're saying,
and it's air conditioned, so if it's, the heat is on,
with air conditioning,
it's fun and it's cool and it's comfortable.
That's needed tonight.
So make sure to check it out. And thanks again. I appreciate you guys taking a little time here this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
We'll be back with more of the Wake Up Call in just a moment here on 98.7 The Coast. Good morning. Awesome.
You're amazing.
You're amazing. So thank you so much. I didn't